Hey everybody, guys are here with Total Geek Live, and I got all my geeky buddies with me. I've got Baltimore, Guy and Danny, and today, in this totally 19XX,
XE.
we are fondly recalling our memories of ELVIRA Mistress of the Dark.
Of the wonderful, wonderful dark.
Oh, so dark.
Oh, just wrap that
full of
darkness. Oh. B's like, okay, guys, get over it.
I don't think I can, man.
So we're gonna kick this off. We're gonna watch the trailer from her first movie, ELVIRA Mistress of the Dark, and then just wax poetic about our favorites. Girly.
Gooly.
I was gonna try to roll one of those puns that she was so great at delivering during her schlock hosting of her show of horror shows, but we'll get into that. First, let's watch some ELVIRA. So I am going to pull up the trailer. And do we all have it queued up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm hitting play now.
Wanna talk tough movies?
Yeah.
Here's a superhero with the biggest pair of all.
Yes. What a great opening.
Right? This is in the height of the Rambo.
Dum.
Oh, God.
Yes, she's got it all.
All these
Love
things
that car.
Everything you've ever wanted in a movie. A woman. A casserole. You'll see lots of weird romance.
My heart and from my hand.
Super unleaded. Don't smoke.
Madness.
Ew, I hope you change the sheets.
Hey, Elvira, we got us a couple more volunteers.
Great! Just grab a tool and start banging.
A whole day.
Oh, you know it.
And a few sleazy.
Look at how 80s those transition title cards are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're great. It's totally 80s.
Totally.
What's on the right show, then?
Witchcraft.
Elvira. As Elvira.
Convenient plot twist.
If they ever ask about me, tell them I was more than just a great set of...
It's the
Busting out
Busting
September
out.
30th.
Indeed.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, glorious. Good times.
All the puns, all the... I mean, it's just physical comedy, very slapstick in some moments and stuff. Oh.
And she was such a strong female character that she owned her sexuality.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
she used it to her advantage. She knew what people were looking at, and she didn't give a flip. She's like, yeah, that's what they are, you know.
Yep.
Little joke and move along, you know.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, one of the things that, of course, I remember seeing her, the movies, when she was hosting the movies and, all that kind of stuff. And, growing up, it's easy to think that she's just a one-trick pony. Like, it's just that. But, growing up and seeing her, more now in a kind of larger-than-life type of atmosphere, you can tell there's a lot more craft there than actually, than it appears to be. She's so good at what she does that she makes it look effortless.
Exactly.
The thing that I found was interesting is she was actually part of the Groundlings with Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, right on.
Great character.
Yeah. And so it's like she's got that improv, skill, and that, that background. It, helped her a lot. But she had to have that talent to begin with. That kind of like macabre sense of humor and that kind of dry wit and all that. And I'm really much more impressed with her now than I was as a child. But really, really cool. Really, really good.
Yeah, and when you see she does like the Not Scary Farm stuff, has for a few years. And if I have always wanted to go, I haven't made it. I hear they're amazing, and all the clips I've seen from them, it's not just her up there cracking some jokes and look at my boobs. It's a full-on performance,
right? Yeah, there's dance routines, there's songs, and just all sorts of different kinds of skits and things, and it's amazing. I so want to go out. Hopefully, Total Geek will be able to maybe make a road trip or whatever and get out there. It'd be so much fun. That's
I think this is her
my
last
list.
year, though.
Oh, is it?
I think this is indeed her last year on this.
Oh man.
Yeah, I always wanted to see that, and I never did for whatever reason. And
yeah.
Oh.
She has talked about having people continue on Elvira after she's done. So
right.
There's a possibility that Elvira will continue.
Right.
Right. Yeah. They tried it with the reality TV show.
Right.
The search for the next Elvira.
Right, but I don't think that really went anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless it did, and they found the next Elvira, and they're just keeping her in a coffin somewhere. Yeah. And then she'll just appear one day.
Oh, okay. Maybe so. All right.
I don't know. I have very mixed feelings. I mean, it's the same with like someone like Pee Wee Herman. If Paul Rubens ever decides to hang up the bow tie, I don't know if I necessarily want to see anyone else. Even when they did like a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, you're so used to Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. When they cast another actor, it's like I can't do this. It's just not Freddy, and it's like
right.
Yeah, but more like with Pee Wee Herman, like Paul Rubens created that character. He is and always will be Pee Wee Herman, much like Cassandra created Elvira.
Right.
It is her, and like when she became Elvira, which like back in spring of '81, after Larry Vincent, the old Sinister Seymour from the Los Angeles Weekend Horror Show, the old Fright Night kind of stuff. They're looking to recast it. They let her create her own character, and that's what she came up with. They didn't try to make her or try to, completely recreate Sinister Seymour. They let this new creation come, into play. So I would like to see that. Let Elvira just be Cassandra. And she's gone.
And then somebody else take over and create a whole new persona, whole new type of character and stuff. And that would make more sense because Larry Vincent's character was very of that that time when he created his character, and it was back in the grand days of the classic horror and all that. And then when Elvira came along, it was very much punk and a little bit of goth and stuff, and that stuff resonated in the 80s. So it would be nice to see something be even more modern now. Maybe incorporate somebody, some steampunk into it, and some of these other kind of genres that we have now, even technical kind of scary kind of things would actually be really cool. I think that would be the better positioning or transition to go with, definitely.
Yeah, actually, Elvira was my first introduction to like a late night movie host, or in this case, like a horror host. Because you had things like Vampira and such, but I still remember the first time I saw her, and it was back in the '80s, and she. The movie that they were showing was called The Mask, and it was a 3D version of this 1961 Canadian horror film, where it'd be like, put on the mask, and that was also the audience's cue to put on their 3D glasses. And of course, it wasn't really that impressive, but Elvira would like interrupt the movie and make jokes, and everything was just always like macabre puns and bad puns or sexy puns. She completely played up like she was like this gothic valley girl.
Mm-hmm.
And,
right.
I just thought, this extremely sexy woman's like just cracking jokes, and I love the whole idea of like making fun of these terrible, nigh unwatchable movies, and then of course that extended into Mystery Science Theater 3000, and then that just I with those two I've gained such just a fond appreciation for just crappy movies.
No,
right.
And I think she is probably the, outside of MST3K, which was like the evolution of what she had done.
Yeah.
She was kind of my only introduction and my only, her and the Crypt Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like Joe Bob Briggs and a whole host of other kind of horror and old kind of silly, sci-fi horror TV hosts that would show these old movies and stuff. And it's kind of a dying genre. There's really no one outside of MS3K that, just did the Kickstarter and had the season on Netflix. There's not too many people that are holding that tradition alive of creating a character and kind of celebrating while lambasting these treasures.
Yes, these national treasures
of cinema.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's funny is there is actually one here in Pensacola.
Oh.
I believe it's called Nightmare Theater. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. I remember there is a show here, and they're actually doing a Kickstarter right now, trying to get it. They're trying to get like new episodes. I think they have a chance to get it back on television. But yeah, it was actually called Nightmare Theater. And they had the host, but then they also had a luchador and Mittens the werewolf. So of course it's funny, and it's like, yeah, it's totally here. They're trying to bring it back and make sure
Mittens
the werewolf. Yeah, that's like I love them for that, because that's totally a name I would give. I call basically every cat I don't know Mittens, so they're like old friends, and I've never met them. So.
Mittens.
But yeah, there's still a chance. There's still some shows, but yeah, it's a dying art form, and it really is an art form to be able to sit and continuously skewer these god awful movies and make them bearable.
Yeah.
Right.
And Elvira did it with such art, with such a unique character. I mean, a Valley Girl goth chick. I mean, brilliant. Yeah. And she did it to such a degree, she became so iconic in this late night, it wasn't even nationally shown, was it? It was like local syndication at first, like just like LA, like local cable, UHF type stuff. I'd say, and then grow into just a merchandising.
It's a brand.
Yeah, a brand.
Yeah, I think I remember watching on USA.
Yeah, I think so too.
And she spawned like a whole home video line. I mean, like on VHS and DVD, and it's like, yeah, she just, this midnight theater of all these again god awful horror films that were just barely unwatchable. But she'd she'd just sitting flat. I tell you, these movies are crap, and here we go, and I just loved it. Loved her for it.
Yeah.
She had everything from action figures to, I again have a little pop vinyl, to video games. She did 2 pinball games, Scared Stiff and I got to meet her at one of the arcade expos in Dallas. Were you there that year as well? I think it was 97.
I didn't get to go.
I would have remembered.
It was a Midway event. It was they were like, Midway was unveiling their new pinball game because they had Elvira and the Party Monsters, and then Scared Stiff, which I think was
That was-
96.
That was right before I came on.
Right
Because I
before,
came
okay,
on
yeah,
in
so-
98, so...
Yeah, so yeah, because she was there signing autographs and things like that, and but yeah, it was just again, just I actually have those on Pinball Arcade, both those games.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember playing the party Elvira and the Party Monsters. I played that a lot.
Yeah.
That was a fun pinball game.
I remember Scared Stiff. I guess I just had the access to it more. This is what I remember more. That and the name Scared Stiff is... That's Elvira!
That's right.
That's true.
And then in researching for the show, discovered there were video games. I had no idea. But they were like PC, like Commodore games.
Commodore 64 and 128, old
Amiga.
PC games.
Yeah, that was like, I did not have a PC back then, and they didn't have those in our classrooms. We had Oregon Trail, we didn't have Elvira.
Right.
Odell Lake is not the same as Elvira.
Exactly. So, I'm definitely going to be researching into those, and hopefully we'll be bringing you some content based around those, because I am dying to see how they were.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's some humor injected into them.
It would have to be.
I would think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember. Go ahead.
She was just really fascinating to the level of humor and the level of sophistication in a way that wasn't really seen before. That kind of a context, I think, is really brilliant. She filled a void that we didn't know we needed,
Right.
that we or wanted, and she, took the ball and ran with it, all of it, and it's really been really killer to see it all.
Yeah, and into the movie, and then rolled out some years later. Her and her then husband put out Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Yep.
It's a great title. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking, when you said that this is the last year she's doing Not Scary Farm, that keeps rolling in my head. I'm like, do I need to road trip out there next month?
Yeah, it would be nice,
It's
because
not scary.
Huh?
Where is that?
California.
It's Knott's Berry Farm. It's
Right.
It's around the Anaheim area, kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of on the way.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember just Elvira Mistress of the Dark. I mean, it was just, she did a lot of dirty humor in that movie, though.
Oh, yes.
Especially with like the marquee scene, and it looked like, I think it was like, because these uptight townspeople, of course, and I think like she slipped on Elvira slipped on the letter, and it looked like it was saying, how to F, and of course they were mortified by that, and then they're, as the trailer showed, they tried to say she was a witch and tried to burn her alive, and then she has her big showgirl review at the end where she does that just incredible tassel.
That tassel dance thing.
Show, yes, and she went with it. She absolutely went with it.
Yep.
And we all love her more for it.
That's right. That's right.
And one of the standouts from that movie is the car.
Oh,
that
yes.
black Cadillac with the chain spider web steering wheel. My dad had a model kit. It's probably about this big.
Yeah.
My dad loved making models, was a master model maker. Detailed it all out. I've got to get a hold of it, because that needs to be in my collection now.
Yeah, no kidding. That's an iconic car. And I'm surprised I have not seen it be remade. At any kind of car show that I've been to, or a con or anything. And I'm like, man, somebody's got to be making one of those for sure.
Right, you can only make so many Batmobiles and DeLoreans.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
After so many cons, it's like, yeah, I've seen those before. Yeah. Come on, bring in the Elvira mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, and I remember, I don't know if you guys ever played this game called Pain. It was like a PS3 launch title, and the whole game was you launched people into buildings, and you tried to make them hurt as much as possible by chaining them into different things.
Okay.
And they released character packs. There was David Hasselhoff, there was George Takei, and there was Elvira. And they would yell and scream out things as they were flying through the air and bouncing off of the environment. It was so much fun.
Sorry.
That sounds so bizarre, and I'm surprised that it even got made, that they didn't go, this is a little bit too much. We're
Nope.
kids inflicting pain
Yeah.
on Elvira and all these people. That's just wow.
It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
Anyway, so
Well, Elvira, Cassandra, you still have a place in my heart right here,
Oh.
always and forever.
Yep.
And next month is the month of Halloween, and I'll be watching, the Mistress of the Dark. I'll be rewatching that. May even go through. I think it's on Hulu or Netflix or something. Some of her shows where So I'll probably be watching some of that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be there as well. And hey, Cassandra, if you ever want to come on the show, just reach out. We'd love to have you on as a guest.
Oh yeah.
Just put that out there. You're always welcome.
It would be so cool to interview her.
Yeah.
But and I've got nothing else to add. I mean, I could go on all night just singing her praises. Thank you so much for everything, all the laughs, and everything else.
Yes. All the other things.
And
Yes,
all the other things.
All those two other things.
She was in the recent Call of Duty. I just remembered that.
Oh,
Really?
that's right. She was in
She
the zombie
was.
pack.
She was in the zombie pack, and yeah, you can ever play as gun down zombies.
Wow.
It's her. She's totally down for it. They did an animated intro that's hilarious on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
So-
awesome. So yeah, everyone, as always, it's all geek to us.
So true.
Thanks for
Yeah.
watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Go
Bye.
watch
Yes,
some
again.
Elvira.
Yes.
Go check it out if you haven't.
Elvira.
Don't-
Or
Just
read her
make-
Go
comics.
see her.
Read her
Yes.
comics. Play her games.
There's just so much different kind of content of hers to consume. Just go check it out.
I'm sure she has a
Take care.
perfume, clothing line.
She does have a clothing line. Just launched that too. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's a busy gal.
Wow.
Go throw your money at her. She's earned it.
Go throw money. So take care, everyone, and unpleasant dreams.
This thing is huge!
Ah! Oh. Oh. That actually startled me.
You got startled.
Wow, dude, this is awesome!